Go. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings.
Let's go.
Here we go! 18 Gator.
Ready? Check.
General West, Leaf River.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good pickup there, 21 yards. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Cook. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Hey, Delta.
Back to throw, Tannehill. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Let's go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Switch it, switch it.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
That's another Vikings first down.
This is Grant. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Cody Barton on the stop. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
3 buzz, 3 buzz, 3 buzz.
SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS.
Go.
SOS, SOS.
Switch.
Get it.
On 2nd down, Cook. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
Check the outs.
Rock it. Let's go.
Now they try the right side here. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. He'll be dropped at the 30. The shifty move couldn't free him. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards on
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Let's get off the field.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Wilson. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Daniil Hunter in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. In a play like that, with how far he had to go to make that sack, shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic. This is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about him never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
Now it's Wilson. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Returnable for Grant. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
Come on,
here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Game of 4. It's now a 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
Ready?
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
On the carry, Cody Barton on the stop.
Mike, 57.
A gain of a yard.
Come off the ball.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Yes.
Motion man, me.
Buzz.
57.
Shoot.
On 3rd down, Grant. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
61, matchbox lights.
Bang, 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 bang.
Deep river.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs.
54. Right here. Mike's 54.
Penny, a 1st down carry. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the Vikings 48-yard line.
Right there.
Now Wilson. Taking a shot for Samuel. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Here's Tannehill. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Our first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from Green Bay. And the Steelers there out to an early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
218.
They'll run on 1st down. Cook. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Hey, exit.
I'm going to run you over. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
Let's go, defense. Our time. This is our time.
Check.
Leo. Now
a 1st down throw, Tannehill. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Let's go.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
All day, defense.
22 jump ball. Get it.
On the ground, it's Cook. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
He was taken down by Bobby Wagner. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 33.
That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
57. Mike.
80 weapon. Hey, Foxtrot.
Hey, check 25.
5.
On 1st down, Tannehill. And he's got his man on the comebacker. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. On 1st down, it's Cook. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Tried to go back again to Adam Thielen, and it's 3rd down.
Hey, watch the screen.
Topper.
Kill. Share.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
General West.
Check. Crunch. Alert 3.
Hey, Zoo. Look at me. Zipper.
Check.
Zoo.
Tannehill now to throw.
Here I come.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Irv Smith Jr., his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Seahawks nothing.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Let's go, 14.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence. that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Well, not good at all. A punt of just 24 yards there. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Set up. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Check safety, check safety.
Protein spill.
Switch.
Hey, Charlie. Yep.
I got him, back's mine, I got him.
Deep rip.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And this one complete to Smith. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
Vikings,
Hey, that
first
QB's
down.
traps, let's go.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
A 10th carry of the game for Cook. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tannehill. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Hey. High 7.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
You got nothing today. You got nothing.
Yo, go.
Now Tannehill. Over the middle here to Rudolph. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Watch the edge.
It's now 4th down and 1.
6-6, bullet high.
Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54. Mike.
Gone.
You gotta get the ball.
Now.
They'll run for it. Cook. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They get 6 yards going for it on 4th, and now it's 1st and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
Let's go.
X3, 218, get it.
They'll run with Cook.
Let's go. Come on.
And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
That's
Brings
what I'm
up
talking
2nd
about.
and
Nice
goal
hit, boy.
at the Seahawks.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Right there. All day, baby.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. Tannehill. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
Touchdown, baby. Hey.
A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Touchdown, Vikings. Michael Batchley lining up for the extra point.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
Michael Batchley set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They juked him. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Not that time for Watkins. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 25 yards that time.
64,
That's good for a Vikings.
Hey, seam six. Ready?
On first down, it's Tannehill. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with his second touchdown advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
28, Seahawks, nothing. Mike Badgley set to kick
Following
off.
the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Set to kick off.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now, so it's...
It got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
A 7-yard gain
On 3rd and 1, Wilson going deep here for 1. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Touchdown,
Sammy Watkins, 39 yards. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Let's go now.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total.
Watch out, watch out.
Hey, lock it. Go.
They run again on 1st down. Cook, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 43. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Go. Motion. Hey, orbit.
Here's Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now it's Tannehill. Just keeping the play alive. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Now Tannehill. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. Opted to run for it. The decision, a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Hey, 380.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Silver.
12.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. From the gun, it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this one is incomplete. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long.
Mike 38, Mike 38. Coming for you.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Wilson taking a shot for Samuel. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Cut. Look at me. Zipper.
To throw is Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Ferguson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Here we go.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
Protein spill.
57's Mike. Mike 57. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be.
Tannehill.
Check 13.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Let's put him on the bus.
And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Check 50, check 50.
They'll try and run forward with Penny. They're only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So it'll be 2nd and goal when we return. We've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Slam, slam.
Another try for Penny. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. They gotta have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. Wilson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that cuts the lead to 28-14.
Seahawks 14. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
The Vikings on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Grant. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
They go back to Grant, and he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed 2. He barely got back to the line of scrimmage. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Now Rashad Penny. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Okay, Betty,
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Well, they'll run it again with Penny. Penny hit, and the ball is jarred free.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
You ain't got nothing.
Now it's Wilson. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, Wilson. Got his target, Samuel. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Well, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
A gain of 19 yards.
And a 2-score game, obviously. Every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Again, it's Penny. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves them in pretty good shape.
They're not ready for this, man.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Check.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line.
Check Mike 54, 6-6, bullets down.
They start the drive with Cook.
Hey, check 24, check 24.
And they work this out past the 25. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a run with Cook. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st.
Watch safety creeping.
Tannehill going to throw it. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Adam Thielen, incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey. Shoot.
Again, Tannehill. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was a bit of a strange